I have had the great pleasure of knowing Jenny for the past 11 years, and the past 5, I have been able to serve on the board with Scottsdale Community Partners. But Jenny, not everyone else knows who you are, so I'm going to let you have a chance of introducing yourself to all of our viewers.
My name is Jenny Adams. I'm the Executive Director of Scottsdale Community Partners, which of course is a very fancy way of saying I manage the day-to-day operations of the organization.
And Jenny, I know a lot of things that we do in our organization, but I am sure that the folks out there don't know all of the great programs that we do. So why don't you talk in general about everything that we kind of do in our organization?
So I am so pleased with the plethora of programs that we offer. We really have been able to hit our 3 main areas of focus. We're dealing with families, youth, and seniors. So for our seniors, we have a couple of different programs. We have the Brown Bag program, which is a weekly food supplementation program for seniors that may find themselves in a food insecure situation. We also have the very popular and lots of fun Adopt a Senior program, which is our senior holiday program. We provide a Thanksgiving meal to our seniors, and then we also provide some gifts and a Christmas meal as well. For our families, we have the rent and utility assistance, of course, very much needed, particularly right now. We are able to provide some bridge funding for families that find themselves in a crisis situation. So that could be a month of utilities, that could be a month of rent. It just depends on the situation. We also have a food bank out of Vista del Camino, which provides up to 6 food boxes a year per household. And then we have our youth programs, which I'm so proud of these programs. We have the Back to School program, which provides about 1,000 Scottsdale Unified students with everything they need to get started back to school. So they get backpacks, they get shoes, clothing, school supplies, just about anything you can think of that helps them get off to a great start in the school year. And then we have our very popular Healthy Packs program. This program provides a weekly food supplementation for those kids in Scottsdale Unified that are the most at risk of being food insecure.
Okay, now what I want you to talk about is specifically our Alli Ortega Empty Bowls program.
So our Alli Ortega Empty Bowls program is one of my favorite things that we do all year long. As you know, traditionally, this has been a program that we've offered at Scottsdale Community College in December. It is so fantastic because I think it really beautifully brings together all of those groups that we are trying to help. So we have student artists at SUSD that help create the bowls. In addition to that, we have some seniors that create bowls. We have local artisans that create bowls. We have families that come in and do bowls for us. And then we have a bowl sale, which people come in, they purchase a bowl, they get a very modest meal is the way it's supposed to work. And then all of that funding goes to fund all of our programs across the board. Obviously this year, because of COVID, we couldn't have that event in person, which that was a very sad day for us, but we are so thrilled to be launching a Day of Giving online. Why not? We're doing everything else online. We're all learning how to exist online. So now we're going to offer this Day of Giving on March 31st, and I am over the moon excited for this.
And Jenny, why don't you talk about or tell us one of your favorite memories or stories that you have that's specifically about the Empty Bowls program?
Oh my goodness, there are so many of them.
You can share a few if you want to.
I think some of my favorite things across the organization, and we've seen this at Empty Bowls too, probably my most favorite memories and the memories that kind of make me tear up are the ones where folks that we have helped in the past come back to give back. And that to me is just some of the most magical moments I've had as an executive director. I mean, walking out and talking to people at empty bowls that, you know, we've had people come up to us, they've bought a bowl and they've said, I'm here because your organization helped me through a really hard time in my life. I had a couple one day that came to my office and handed me a $500 check and said, we're giving this back to you because you saved us in our moment of crisis. And that to me is, it makes everything worthwhile.
That gives me goosebumps. And I'm sure you have a lot of stories that are like that. Jenny, why don't you talk about or explain to everybody about how our organization works? We know how much we run these different programs and we give out a lot of different help, but how do we actually get those funds?
So our organization is funded kind of in, I always like to think of it as 3 different areas. So we have obviously some grants that we write, which is fantastic. We have grants kind of varied across the board with different organizations. We also have some wonderful corporate sponsors, some of whom are going to be sponsoring ours today, which is fantastic. But really, our primary source of giving is the community. I mean, we have been so phenomenally blessed with the Scottsdale community who time and time again has stepped up to get us through. Most of our donors are lower dollar donors. So they give $25, $50. And they encompass our private, personal people that walk through the door, encompass about 80% of our donations. So we are beyond blessed to be in such a generous community in Scottsdale.
And we also have then partnerships with not only, you talked about businesses, but some churches as well that do a lot for us.
We do. We, again, have been so blessed. We have the most amazing faith community in Scottsdale, and they have time and time again answered the call when we've asked for help. Our faith communities are particularly supportive of our Healthy Packs program. They love that program. And they have stepped up year after year to fund that program and fund many other things that we do as well.
And what about some of our partnerships with our other nonprofits that donate to us?
Sure. So we have kind of some ongoing relationships with lots of folks. We have ongoing relationships with other nonprofits such as First Things First. We have educational partnerships with SUSD and Scottsdale Community College. We have government partnerships. That's probably our biggest partnership with the city of Scottsdale. And we have, again, our faith communities are great partners to us. I mean, we've got so many wonderful, generous partners. It's really amazing.
I'm kind of putting you on the spot because I am asking a lot of questions, and I know that there are a ton. So I know that I'm putting you on the spot, asking you for so many of those. Talk about how this program, the Alli Ortega Empty Bowls program, benefits specifically our community.
Sure. So the great thing for me about Scottsdale Community Partners is every dollar that we raise stays within the city of Scottsdale. So we are an organization that works specifically for Scottsdale residents that are, again, facing a crisis. So every dollar that we earn is going to go to program. 100% of the dollars that we earn at this event are going to go to our programs.
That's awesome. That's amazing. Now, what got you involved in your position?
So one of our former board members, I had known for a while, and she contacted me when they were getting ready to hire, and she said, you know what, I think that you would be a really good fit for this. I really want you to look at it. I want you to think about it. And I certainly did. And I went through a very long process. I think it was about, oh my goodness, it was like 5 months from the time I said, yeah, I think I want to do this, until I was hired. But it has been just a perfect fit, and I have never looked back.
And we've had you working hard ever since, for sure, constantly. Um, we appreciate everything that you do for not only our organization, but that you help us do for the community. And when I say us, we are all volunteers, but will you talk a little bit about the volunteer and the opportunities that we have in volunteering with our organization?
Sure. So we have some great volunteer opportunities. Unfortunately, right now, we kind of had to pump the brakes on our volunteer program because we want everybody to be safe and healthy. But I think we're starting to see a light at the end of the tunnel. So when that happens, we get to open up all those opportunities again. And that could be everything from, let's say that you're a company that wants your employees to come and do like a staff retreat kind of thing. We can set up packing of healthy pack bags. We can set up an empty bowls event where you'd make bowls for this particular event. We also have, as you know, Nicole, our biggest time of the year is that November to December period when we're running, it seems like 50 different programs all at the same time. So we need tons of support at that time of the year. Everything from our Adopt a Family program, our Adopt a Senior program, we need tons of support at that time of year.
That's great. So I really hope that people will, during this day, not just appreciate everything that we do on this particular day, but know that we are working 365 days for the Scottsdale community, and that there is always help needed. Jenny, I appreciate everything you've done. Do you have any last words you would like to include?
The only thing that I would like to say, actually, I have a couple more things. I want to say that, you know, we are deeply grateful for the partnership that we share with the city of Scottsdale. We are so lucky to have that kind of model where we can be responsible for and watch the money and handle the money, and then they're going to help us carry out the programs. The staff is a remarkable staff that has been such an asset to us. So we are deeply grateful for that partnership. I am also deeply grateful to Scottsdale. I mean, this community has been beyond generous to us, and you know, we're just so grateful for that. And I am also grateful for just this amazing board of directors who every time I call, and I call a lot, right? You know that. This group just comes forward and does the work, and they are a hardworking board. They work many, many hours a year, making sure that our programs happen. So I'm deeply grateful for them as well.
Well, thank you, Jenny. Thank you for all that you do and help this board in accomplishing and the city accomplish. We all appreciate all your hard work.
Thank you.